Before we start our discussion, let's stand and we will have a prayer, followed by exercise to make it your body active. So we start our discussion. At the end of the lesson, the student will be able to first identify the basic kinds of highway sign. Second, appreciate the importance of highway sign. The third, share an idea why we need to follow highway sign. A God's message for me. At home, in school, in our community, there are regulations and rules that we have to follow for our good and for the good of others. In the same way, God has given us a set of laws and leads us to Him and away from evil. The moral law is set before us by God to guide us to the right path. It helps us know the right action to do and wrong ones to avoid. We judge the morality of our action based on it. Seeing God's message in my daily life. Laws serve to protect us, but do we really follow them? What happens when we do not follow them? Here is the short story about the highway sign. There was a sign on the highway which read like this: limit your speed to 80 kilometers only. But despite the reminder hanging on both sides of the road, I noticed a van that overtook us and even swerved to the right, then stole the path of the next driver. In an instant, it was gone. It was less than a few minutes when the passing of the cars before us began to change. Traffic had begun. The cars ran slower and slower. We were at a turtle's pace. Then we were a full stop. It took us long to move again. We slowly followed the long line of bumpers ahead of us until we reached the certain point where many policemen and bystanders were helping passengers out of a van lying on one side of the road. It was a terrible accident. I looked at the van again. It was a total wreck, but I could still recognize it. It was the same van that ran fast ahead of us earlier, overtaking every car on the roads, unmindful of the sign, "Limit your speed." So class, in that short story, why road sign or highway sign is the most important? The road signs and highway signs the most important because it helps motorists and commuters alike to have a safe travel. So, what do you think will happen if there are no signs on the road? Like the road sign that says, "Limit your speed to 80 kilometers only." Think of roads with no warning signs, where drivers are free to choose at which speed they want to run their vehicles. What do you think will happen if there are indeed helpful road signs but no one follows them? Think of roads with proper signs but with every driver ignoring them. Do you think our roads are safe in either to these scenarios? Both scenarios will lead to only one thing: accidents or worse, loss of lives. So class, here are the basic kinds of a road sign and highway sign.
Hi, what's up? What do you want to learn today?
About traffic signs. I want to know the significance of these road signs.
Okay, let's have a look. Stop. This sign is used on roadways where traffic is required to stop before entering a major road. Give way or yield. This sign is used to assign right of way to traffic on certain roadways. Now we are moving to prohibited signs. Signs marked with that particular red line are called prohibited signs. One way. One way sign specifies that the traffic moves in a single direction and you may not go this way. No entry. This sign is located at places where the vehicles are not allowed to enter. No way both directions. This sign is used at the end of the roads where entry to all types of vehicular traffic is prohibited. Horn prohibited. This sign means sounding of horn is not allowed near hospitals and in silence zones. No right turn means vehicles are not allowed to make a turn to the right. No left turn means vehicles are not allowed to make a turn to the left. No U-turn. This sign is used at places where vehicles are forbidden to make a turn to the reverse direction of travel. Overtaking prohibited. This sign shows that the sight distance is restricted and overtaking will be dangerous. Pedestrian prohibited. This sign indicates that the pedestrians are not allowed there. Bicycles prohibited. This sign indicates that the cycles are not allowed. Trucks prohibited. Movement of trucks is not allowed. All motor vehicles prohibited. This sign is used at places where entry to all types of motor your vehicles is prohibited. No parking. Parking is not allowed, but vehicles can stop for short duration to allow passengers to get into or get out of the vehicle. No stopping. Vehicles cannot stop even temporarily. Restriction and sign. This sign indicates the point at which all prohibitions notified by prohibitory signs for moving of vehicles cease to apply. Now we are moving to compulsory signs. Signs with the blue boards are compulsory signs. Compulsory turn left. This sign indicates that the vehicles are permitted to proceed left only. Compulsory turn right. This sign indicates that vehicles are permitted to proceed right only. Compulsory ahead. This sign indicates that the vehicle is only permitted to proceed ahead. Compulsory keep left. This sign indicates that the vehicles are obliged to keep left only. Compulsory ahead or turn right. This sign means the vehicles can either go straight or turn right. Compulsory ahead or turn left. This sign means that the vehicles can either go straight or turn left. Sound horn compulsory. This sign indicates that we must blow the horn. Buses only. This sign means that only buses are allowed and other traffic is not allowed on this road. Pedestrians only. This sign means only pedestrians are allowed and the traffic is not allowed on this road. Now we are moving to cautionary signs. Signs with the triangles are called cautionary signs. Right or left hand curve. This sign is used where the direction of alignment changes. The sign forewarns the driver to reduce the speed and proceed cautiously along the road. Narrow road. This sign is normally found in rural areas where a sudden reduction in width of pavement causes a danger to traffic. Road widens. This sign is normally found in rural areas where a sudden widening of road causes a danger to traffic. Narrow bridge. This sign is erected on roads in advance of bridges where the clear width between the curbs or wheel guards is less than normal width of the carriageway. Right or left reverse bend. This sign is used where the nature of the reverse bend is not obvious to approaching traffic and constitute a hazard. Crossroad. This sign is displayed in advance of the crossroad where a sufficiently large volume of crossing or entering traffic with restricted side distance is likely to constitute a hazard. Right or left hairpin bend. This sign is used where the change in direction is so considerable that it amounts to reversal of direction. Roundabout. This sign is used where it is necessary to indicate the approach to a roundabout. Speed limit. This sign is erected at the beginning of the area covered by a speed restriction with numerals indicating the speed limit in kilometers per hour.
So, class, that are the basic kinds of road signs and highway signs. So, we finished our topic for today. Any questions, clarifications? If you don't have any questions, let's proceed to our evaluation. Answer the following questions. Thank you for listening. God bless us all.